Welcome back. Well, tension over net zero is beginning to reach boiling point this morning. Liberal moderates pushing back against dumping the promise to cut emissions. Joining us to discuss today's headlines is Nationals Senator Matt Canavan and Independent MP Sophie Scott. It's good to see you both this morning. Matty, let's start with you. This saga is really dragging out. It kind of makes you think about the reason behind divorce laws, hey?
Well, look, Sarah, I think what's happening down here is some people are willing to fight to bring back our energy competitiveness as a nation. I mean, the government's waved the white flag here. They're no longer even trying anymore. I mean, yesterday, the Energy Minister, Chris Bowen, saying you're going to get 3 hours of free power. I mean, the only question was, is he going to throw in a set of steak knives as well? I mean, it's a joke. We've got to bring back energy to this country, and that's why the Nationals say let's dump net zero. Let's focus on bringing down energy prices first, because I want to get our nation's energy back, our industry back, and most of all, our self-respect back as a nation. Because right now things are getting harder and tougher, and people are getting poorer. There's news today that 3 million households, over 3 million households, are suffering from food insecurity. That shouldn't be happening in a nation that is a food bowl for the region.
But Matt, that's the problem. None of that's cutting through because of all this infighting, not just at you with the Nats, but with the Liberals as well. I mean, the coalition is a basket case, sadly. We need you to unite, and maybe a split is the way forward. I mean, you haven't even been able to sort of convince the public that you are somewhat concerned about reducing emissions.
Well, Sarah, the thing is, the election's not next weekend.
Yeah, but it's not that far away, realistically.
Well, look, we've got. I'm much more interested, Sarah, in making sure we have policies, we have ideas, we have plans
You need to be elected.
that are good for the country, not good for the coalition. That's my number one focus, right? My number one focus is making the lives of your viewers better. Now, if that means it's a little bit messy down here, I'm okay for that, because I'm okay to suffer a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of tough questions from yourself to make sure we get a better deal for Australians. I'm not going to put unity above the living standards and opportunities of this country, because right now we are losing our jobs. We're losing over 1,000 jobs at Tomago, the nation's largest energy user.
Yeah.
And if we keep on the track we're going, we're just going to be much poorer as a nation. So I'm fighting to make sure that doesn't happen, and I don't care how it looks. Because I care about the results.
Well, that's the trouble, though, Matt. I mean, I get everything you're saying, and it's all relevant, but you need to be elected to actually put in any of those policies that you promise you want to take the nation forward. I mean,
well,
Sophie,
we're not going to have a fighting chance unless we show some fight. So
well, yeah, OK, but you also need to be unified. Sophie, how much longer can the nation go on without a viable opposition?
Well, they've been fighting for 30 years. Matt's talking about fighting. They've been doing it for 30 years, and you can hear the death rattles of the coalition reverberating around the House here in Parliament. So how long it was just interesting to hear Matt talk about lower energy prices, yet complain that there is going to be free electricity on offer for 3 hours in the middle of the day.
What about the other 21? What about the other 21 hours?
Come on. Yeah, come on.
I think people know when they're getting scammed. They know when it's too good to be true.
Free
it usually
electricity?
is. Oh, yeah. So what happens the other 21 hours? You pay more.
Why would you pay more? You use your batteries.
Because they've got to make their money back.
Oh,
I mean, it's like, yeah, you'd get the free set of steak knives. Coles going to charge you more for everything else in the shop.
I'll just say, for 4 years, the coalition has complained about energy prices, and when you get an offer of free electricity in the middle of the day, they complain yet again.
You know, it's interesting because I mean, look, Matt, I get it, and I understand that you guys want to try and propel policies forward, but it doesn't. You need to find consensus, right? I mean, even in Parliament yesterday, Queensland Liberal Colin Boyce, he's pulled out a pair of binoculars in the House of Reps. I'm not sure what he was looking for, Matt. Was it the answer to unity? Was it the last time the coalition was relevant? What could he have possibly been searching for?
Well, look, I wasn't there, Sarah. I don't know, but he's probably searching for a plan from this government to lower your bills. Because, as I say, they've given up. They're not even promising you lower power price anymore. They did promise you a cut in your bills. They haven't delivered that. And now it just looks like they think Australians should just continue to suffer. And I don't want to accept that. I don't want to see our country go down the drain.
Well, suffer the Australians will for a bit longer, right? Because the Reserve Bank has kept rates on hold amid forecasts inflation will stay above the RBA's targets for at least the next 6 months. Sophie, rates on hold was a safer bet than half yours yesterday. So who or what is to blame for this uptick in inflation? Does it rest on the Treasurer?
Look, there's many things, and I'd say if we need to cut spending, we should start with cutting the billions in subsidies that we give to mining conglomerates. The coal industry of its own gets $1.5 billion in diesel fuel tax rebates. And so we need to look at that. What are we doing? We need the people of Australia. The cost of living is a huge issue. As Matt mentioned earlier, we've just had a report handed down on food insecurity in this country. People are skipping meals. We need to be putting those subsidies into the people, making sure that their cost of living is doable, not giving it to mining conglomerates, billions of dollars to mining conglomerates.
Go on, Matt.
How is $1.5 billion going to help? That's going to be hardly anything for every household. I mean, we're spending over $10 billion a year on this net zero scam, and more importantly, that is putting up our energy prices, which food production is nothing but the conversion of energy into edible products. And that is what is leaving grocery prices through the roof. Your dairy products, your cheese, your milk, all going through the roof because those companies that are making those products are paying so much more for energy. So if we want to help those 3 million households who are struggling to put food on the table, we've got to get energy prices down. Cutting $1.5 billion ain't going to cut it. The energy rebates alone cost $3 billion a year, and they're about to end at the end of this year. So that is not a serious plan, Sophie. It's not a serious plan.
It's a start, isn't it? You've got to start somewhere, and if you nominate something, maybe $30 billion in diesel tax rebates is a place to start.
OK, all right. Well, let's move on to something that I'm sure we can all agree on. The wonderful news yesterday. Jamie Mellon has etched her name into Melbourne Cup history. She's done the double. She won the Caulfield Cup, of course, the week before, as well as that Melbourne Cup yesterday. Matt, she's part of an exclusive club now, exactly 10 years on from Michelle Payne's historic win.
Yeah, look, it's great news. I don't know much about it, so I've been too busy in Parliament. I didn't even watch the race because we were in the Senate. So sorry. Well, it didn't stop us. We were in question time in the Senate. So I'm sorry. I'll let Sophie go. I'm not the biggest horse racing fan, but great news. Well done.
Great news, isn't it, Sophie? And it's lovely to see another woman. I mean, it's a very exclusive club. Just 2 female jockeys have taken top honours there.
Yeah, go the girls. It was great news to hear. But again, busy here. Didn't watch it.
Oh, what? You lot have lost touch.
We've lost touch. But Tim Wilson does want us to take the day off so we can watch the Melbourne Cup. I don't know that I agree with him.
I'm fine. I'm OK.
There's a policy we can all get behind. Guys, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate it. Carl, they didn't even watch the Cup.
That binoculars thing was super weird.